What's going on? Can't tell if I am or not. Oh, okay. I am live. Woot. So it'll be a few minutes. Oh. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes, let some people know that I have started. Oh, hey, Skulls and Lulls, what's up? What up? I'm like doing what Scully and Lully. I'm gonna do what you guys do. I'm just giving a couple minutes to let everyone kind of get here. But I'm gonna just have the game going right now, I want to see if the levels are okay. They seem like they are, so I just want to check. See how that is, because I muted everything on my end except for my TV, and it's really quiet. Oh, okay, so everything sounds good? You can hear music and everything alright? Yay, alright. So, I don't know why I'm nervous to stream this. I've already beaten this game twice, and I'm actually doing another playthrough right now. I think it's just because I'm kind of rusty on doing all this stuff. But, that's 5 o'clock now, so I guess I will start this up. We're gonna start a new game, of course. I know, like, internet-wise, stuff like the videos tend to be darker, so I'm gonna put that up so you guys can see everything. And we'll be playing on normal difficulty. I know, it's a really fun game, Skulls and Lulls. It's kind of funny that, you know, well, it also came out like a week before the Final Fantasy VII remake, so everyone was kind of talking about that remake instead of this. So you can actually choose from 3 of the 6 different characters, and I have already beaten this game with Duran, he's a swordsman, and Reese, she's a dragoon. I just thought her story sounded kind of cool, so I've already beaten it with her. And I've started another playthrough with Angela. She's the mage of the party. Her story seemed kind of interesting, so I thought that would be kind of cool, but I'm actually going to be playing as Charlotte. She is the healer of the group. Hey, Mattis, what up? She's a healer of the group, and also the biggest reason is my grandmother, her name was Charlotte, and I've always liked that name, so I have preferential... I don't know, I like the name Charlotte, so we're going as her, and she has the lisp of... she has the lisp from the priest of Princess Bride, and she's actually half elf. That's why she looks like she's like 5, but she's only like 6, she's actually 16 years old, and it's said in the story why she's like that. But so we're going with her. I'm kind of undecided who I want to have my second party member. I know I'm gonna have Angela and Kevin. Yes, she is. She's very small. I'm gonna have Angela just because she's my mage. She's a mage, but I'm gonna have Kevin going first. He's the brawler of the group. and Angela will be my third party member. And this, yeah, she is 16. They've actually confirmed it in game. There's a lot of odd fantasy. Angela's really not a fantasy name for me either. So there's actually 3 endings to this game, 3 final bosses, depending on who you choose as your main character. So I've already beaten it with Angela and Duran have the same final boss. Hawkeye and Reese have the same final boss, and Charlotte and Kevin have the final boss. But I'm going with Charlotte just because, like I said, I like the name Charlotte, so we're going with her as our main character. Sorry if you're hearing something. I'm taking my headphones out, so that's what you hear. She's a little trot she does. So you can tell they're related because the hair is all floofy. It really is Skulls. It's kind of like the Squares announced they made it on a budget, so it, of course, doesn't have like the Final Fantasy budget and everything, but the gameplay is completely solid and it's a great playing game. And it does, you know, of course, it does look really well. Of course, like I said, not Final Fantasy VII levels of good, but it has a really good art direction, so that kind of really elevates it of its, you know, kind of meh looking just environments and everything, but how it be. So Charlotte is the I think the narrator's going to tell us this, so oh, never mind, I guess not. So I'll say, so Charlotte is the granddaughter of the Priest of Light in the city of Wendell, I think it's called. I've beaten this game twice and I can't tell you any of the town's names apart from this one. So, like that dream showed, her parents are no longer with them. Their parents have died, and we live with our grandfather in the city of Wendell.
You sure? You ran up so quickly, I was afraid I'd hurt you. Looks like you're okay, though.
Aw, they like each other.
Your Eminence, may I have a word about Charlotte?
Oh, Heath, Mana's blessings be with you. How is my granddaughter?
She isn't as chipper as usual. She seems young thanks to her elfin heritage, but she is 15.
Oh, sorry, she's 15, not 16, my bad.
In mana power.
I see. Look here, Heath. The mana statue has begun to cry, and you saw the light above the lake last night.
Yes, sir. It was bright as day in the middle of the night. Do you know the source?
I do not. But I believe it has to do with a
Call the
change in
police.
mana power
Do it.
of the world.
I dare you. Do it.
The light seemed to land in Astoria across the lake. Would you be willing to look into it, Heath?
Nope.
Of course, Your Eminence.
Sorry, I'm messing with my phone. Pay no attention to that.
Jad as well. We should erect a barrier in Cascade Cavern to protect Wendell from any interlopers with bad intent. It would be the safest plan.
white, huh? It could be dangerous. I can't let Heath face it alone.
Yeah, this kind of is very Dragon Quest. Very Dragon Quest visuals, at least. So this is a third-person action game. We don't have random battles in this. It is an action game, not quite like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, but our characters do have weapons. And surprising, even though she's a little kid, we beat the crap out of everyone with a pair of nunchucks. You know, because why not? Now let's see. I'm gonna be kind of going just kind of forward right now in this part of the game. There's some exploring we can do. We can find like some items, like some basic healing stuff, and like some, I think, very small amount of money. But we get,
Come now, Charlotte.
we get quite a bit of money from just doing battles and stuff. And you will see Charlotte do that pose quite a bit. I've used her as a party member in one of my games. And she does do the surprise.
Let's go a different way.
Every time she gets like surprised or something. And we get to talk to a child who's about our same size.
Mick, I know you aren't some dumb little kid anymore. Come on, help me get to Astoria.
What? You want to go to Astoria? But there are monsters in Cascade Cavern and all around the lake. Plus, you don't know magic like the grown-ups.
Hey, listen up, Tiny. I may be as small as you are, but I happen to be 15 years old, so I'm basically an adult. My body is just aging slower than most people's do. That's all. Got it? Now tell me how to get to Astoria, or else.
Okay, fine. Meet me outside.
That's a good one, Mattis.
Tonight. I know a secret that might help.
Nothing more to do. Let's take a nap.
I'm gonna see if I can find a couple of items, because I think you can get some basic healing stuff right now, which is useful. Even though Charlotte's our healer, she doesn't have magic force yet, so I do need to at least look around for some items. And when she does run, she does the Naruto ninja. Because Japan. Now this, the Mana series is known for doing ring systems instead of just, pressing start and going through a big list. You get these rings where you can do items or skills and everything, and it's all linked to this. I'm actually just going to put that on a hotbar, even though I know I'm never going to use that specific item. But I'll put that there anyway. Yeah, I'll just nap. Why not? Yes, this is the sequel to Secret of Mana. This one was made for the Japanese Super Nintendo, but it never got released. It never got released because I think it came out like a little bit before the N64 came out, so Square was like, meh, we're not going to release it. So, yeah, they just did a full-on 3D remake like 2 months ago for this. I'm going to save over this, so I've done a little bit of playing with Charlotte, just kind of get used to how she is and everything. I had Reese as a party member. I don't know, there's a scene where she kind of was really kind of a bitch to Charlotte, and I was like, Reese, I'm not gonna have you in my party now because of that. Because the scene involved, I don't know, this game is fast-paced sleep action. The scene involved, Charlotte just found out that her grandfather was sick. I mean, it's kind of spoilers, but not really. She found out that her grandfather's sick, And Charlotte started crying because she's like, oh no, my grandfather's sick. And Reese is like, Charlotte, this is no time to be emotional. And I'm like, your grandfather's sick. Right, yeah, it's 2 hours in. And I'm like, yeah. Yep. Nothing that ridiculous. But really, this game doesn't have... This game is played for its action and just kind of fun whimsicalness. It doesn't have that great a story. It's very much just cliche fantasy. But, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that every now and then.
This is a spring stepper. It lets you jump really far. Just don't ask where I took it from, okay?
Okay,
No, it's a spring thingy. Don't you, it has feet.
how exactly is this supposed to help me?
You can jump to Astoria with this without the grown-ups knowing. But you gotta go now. Someone could come by at any second.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh no! I think my aim was off. Not my fault.
That is very much kid-like. Oh no, run away, scatter! I can't get in trouble if I wasn't here. Scatter!
What? A little girl? Now what?
Now, I can't... He wears tiger's pants because he's half werewolf. Kevin's pretty ridiculous. Or at least called Beastman. I think that's what they're called in this game. But yeah, he's part werewolf. And they're really not werewolves. They're more like bodybuilders that wear a lot of fur. Except at night when they turn into like... They have cartoon wolf faces, and it's like... You could have been threatening, but it's cartoon wolf.
Oh, you're up. This is Astoria. You okay?
Ooh. I'm sorry. This is Mick's fault. He's toast when I get back.
Plus, also, I really like Charlotte because... Yeah, this voice acting is really... Charlotte, honestly, I think is one of the best ones.
Okay.
A lot of people make fun of her in reviews because she does have, like, the widow kid waspy voice. But she holds it through, so she does a good job because that's... You know, she does a good job with the voice acting. She never breaks the...
Landed on a nice person,
She never breaks this, so she does a good job with it. Kevin sounds very bored a lot of the time. And, I'm not going to spoil Angela's voice until we get to her, because hers is probably the most entertaining one. But this is very much cheesy voice acting, the game, and I absolutely love it. Now, this is Astoria, this is a town we can just look around in. I'm not going to talk to many of the people because I don't know what they have to say, plus I don't care what they have to say. So we just picked up something that's called an item seed. I will... yeah, I guess it's true. I don't know how the percentages of like werewolf lineage and everything is, but his I guess his dad is full beast man, so he's half beast man, and he said his mom is a human. So whatever logic that is, or whatever percentage that comes into. Now, I got this item called a item seed. Every inn we go to has these little pots. We can plant these item seeds, and they will give us free items. And that's it. We will be... we get so many by the end of the game, we'll be getting like gold and rainbow seeds, and they're going to be giving us like all our equipment, everything like that later on in the game. That was an item. What does that one do? Fire damage. I am not going to be using pretty much any idol or icon. I never use them. I just use the skills, and it's faster for me just to punch everything in the face in this game. But we gotta, we gotta get back to Heath and see what's going on. Let's leave this little town and get to going. And I really like the music in this game too, because it's like, it's Square Enix, so of course it has good music. It's required by law. Just kind of like the game itself, it's very just charming and whimsical. And this is like the only tutorial we will be getting. Oh, there we go. It's a very basic combat system. It's just a bunch of just light and heavy attacks, and we can do charged attacks when we get a full meter like that. And they do a... Oh gosh! Yeah, the Rabbites kind of do, I guess, a little bit. But in fairness, this was made before Pikachu was alive, so... I don't know how we would determine what Pikachu looks like then. Okay, I know how to save a game. I've already beaten this before. Now, there are two types of statues, like I'm sure you saw in the thing. There's gold ones, these fully restore your HP. And silver ones, those ones aren't as common. They don't recover HP, but we can still save anyway. But we are gonna see what happens to Heath and where he went. And this game doesn't have random battles per se. You basically run into enemies and you have a battle arena. And once you beat them all, you get your experience. And depending on how well you do or don't do, you actually get bonuses added on at the very end of your experience. I'm not punching anyone. I have a nunchucks, so I just smack them, I guess. Let's see. I'm about to level up, and every time you level up, I don't think you get them the first couple of levels, but every time you level up from like level 3 onward, you get skill points, and you can allocate them to, like, if you want more strength, all the different categories of stuff. Yeah, in fairness, Chrono Trigger is a lot better of a game. Don't get me wrong, I like Secret of Mana, but Chrono Trigger is so much better. It's such a good game. Okay, so that guy told us, oh, there's no one here, so we have to go over here. I'm just going to go a little quickly at this part just to kind of get our party members and get to the story bits. Because once we finally get all 3 party members, that's whenever everything gets a bit more action-focused and a lot more interesting.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
I could ask the same of you. What business could Ferolian guards possibly have?
And these are the beastmen, like I was saying. Yeah, like I said, they're bodybuilders with wear a lot of fur.
This man's a priest from Wendell.
And they forgot to clip their toenails or something.
It could jeopardize our Beastman invasion.
Invasion? Impossible!
Heath!
Nails on fleek.
What's with this kid?
What's with you? Ow! 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 Let me go, you big old...
Charlotte! Leave the child alone! Don't worry, Charlotte. I took care of them. What are you doing here?
Oh, Heath. You left, and...
Shh! Something is coming.
No! No!
I like this bad guy. He's deliciously creepy, and I kind of like it. It really does kind of juxtapose the lighthearted fantasy of this game.
Heath!
Wow! Didn't realize that Holy Bolt would work so well. I suppose it is a powerful spell after all. Ooh, looks like I hooked a whopper.
No! Oh no! What did you do to Heath?
Oh, silly child. Run if you know what's good for you.
No! Heath! He's gone. Heath! Give him back!
See, evil doesn't have to make sense in this game. Don't you bring logic to fantasy?
Heath was whisked away by the mysterious man as the Beastmen began to attack the city of Jad. Alone and frightened, Charlotte heard a noise nearby.
Then I guess have Mick just going like, oh, I don't know what happened to Charlotte. Don't look at this thing behind me. Nope, didn't do a thing. Everyone died. The end. Mm-hmm. The bowl cut, yeah. Never trust bowl cuts. Charlotte does at least have priorities. She's gonna cry, but she's gonna beat everyone up around her first. Now, I haven't played too much of this. I think Charlotte's story at the beginning kind of starts out as the weakest. Just because she's just kind of like, I want to follow my friend and see what's up. While Duran's, he's a knight at a kingdom, and his kingdom gets destroyed by a wizard, and he wants to seek revenge on this wizard. Angela's, I'll play a clip of so you can kind of see. Kevin's as well, you'll see as well. Hawkeye, he's a thief in a desert town who, it's kind of like a Robin Hood-ish kind of thing. I guess it's true, Hitler and Jeffrey Dahmer did have They all do have did have bowl cuts. Hawkeye's a thief whose girlfriend, fiance, someone gets trapped and he has to rescue her. But like, you know, in possibly trying to rescue her, he risks killing her if he ever tells her what's going on. So that's a little bit more interesting. And Reese's, her kingdom gets destroyed and her father's killed, and she's kind of seeing like what's going on because her brother was kidnapped. And hers is just kind of like, well, let's find a friend who disappeared. And I'm like, it's not as interesting, but I'll see how it goes with her. And I don't know why it had me go to the town and then immediately leave, but whatever, we'll follow the little icon map thing. The glowing pills, those are, whenever we have a full pill of 100%, we can do our special moves, and they do, depending on the level of them, they'll use 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of those little capsules on the bottom to attack, or to do the move. And if we actually beat enemies or finish off a boss fight with using a class strike, we get more experience. So sometimes I like using that. Oh. I thought I went here, over here. No, it's literally just go to town, leave town, go to the cavern, now go back to the town you were just at. That's why I said I'm just going to kind of get this part done pretty quickly. Because once we get because we get the other 2 party members pretty quickly, and there's a couple of dungeons coming up, but once we get through the first dungeon and actually get powers and stuff, I think the game really opens up more. So I'm just going to quickly talk to these things more. I don't even remember what they have to say. Go to the Cascade Cavern. Okay. And the reason we're going through that cavern is they think they said that's the fastest way to get to Wendell from where we're currently at. Oh, they mentioned Jad. That's one of the only other towns I know the name of. That it's around here, but I don't think we can go into with Charlotte. But it's actually being overrun by those beastmen, and everyone goes there. And like I said, except for Charlotte, so we won't get to see that in her path. So it's kind of neat they mentioned that, but it's something we won't see here. And where is that? There he is.
No one believes me, but I saw it. A strange light was floating over the lake. Maybe it'll appear tonight, too.
Okay. So see, that's why I said I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, because it's like, let's talk to people, let's go sleep, and then after all this interesting stuff really starts happening. And how much money do I have? I don't have enough to level up. Oh. But like I said, every time you level up, you gain training points, and you can put them into the 5 different areas, depending on which character. Well, every character has these same 5 stats you can increase. For Charlotte, I'm initially going to level up her magic, so she has a healing spell once we can get that. Yeah, I mean, Kyle's not too far from Kevin, so there is that. Just Monster Energy mead. And we'll plant these and maybe get a couple items. Okay, one of those is not good. The medical herb, those are, they recover all our all of our status ailments, so I'll put that on. Actually, before, I'm gonna see if I have enough money to buy a weapon for Charlotte, just so she has a little bit more attack. And it's dumb and silly, but I like that the vendors dance. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh well, I'll get it later. And the best thing about that, Skulls and Lulls, they all dance like that. Every item shop, as long as it's that old guy in the turban, they're all dancing like that. And I think it is kind of a tradition with the Mana series, because I think they did that in Secret of Mana. And yeah, I think it's just kind of a recurring thing. Yeah, they're cat merchants. And they add like mews and stuff every time you talk to them, but we'll get there later. That's if we chose Hawkeye, we would have one of them as our buddy for a little bit.
Morning already? It's flashing.
Flashing. And I think most of the people in town just say something about the floating light. So
Chase it. I'm a little scared, but it could be important.
that's good thinking, Charlotte, I guess, you know. Chase lights. What could go wrong? Cameo by Glinda, yes. It turns out we didn't have to do all these trials anymore, and you had the power all along.
This one's a doozy. Too bad.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm gonna level up really fast. At least to the next level. But I need to murder these sleeping little innocent creatures because I need experience. Sure, I don't know if I have Nightbot. I don't think I do. Yeah, you can post. Yeah, you can post something. Well, you see, if mushrooms, of course, need currency. Why not? What else are they going to buy their stuff with? Let's see what this is. Actually, okay, that's a good one. I like that. Did you just stumble upon that, or what? What happened? And with flying enemies like this little bee, they are, of course, since they fly, they are too high up for us to attack on the ground, so we have to jump up and attack them. So, you know, nothing too complicated, but you know, just an interesting mechanic they added. Alright, come on, little, there we go. When I have an audience, I have my cats. They're on my sofa watching me, well, actually watching me and also glancing between me and the TV. So it's kind of, I know, it's pretty sweet. They're... Yeah, the orb is very nice. We'll see the orb in like a second, but it's, since it's a fantasy world, of course, it's a living creature. Okay, mushroom. You have parts on your heads. Can't have you living for some reason. Let's see. Let's give her some more HP in the next level too. Because she's kind of squishy since... Exactly, it can be robbed. Because why not?
Hang in there.
Now, I'm going to let this play. I'm going to step away because I need to grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
I'm all right. Oh. Who are you? My name's Shawit. So you can call me Shawit. Your light was so bright. I woke up. I see. I have no other option. So I suppose you'll do. Hold on. What? Oh, never mind. I'll tell you later. Please. I need you to take me to the Priest of Light in Wendell. I can't fly any further on my own. Oh, you need to see my grandpa. Okay, leave it to me. I can take you along for the walk.
Ooh, what was that? Oh. That was the controller vibrating on my desk, and I didn't. Kind of scared me.
We need to get going. Let me rest inside you for a bit. You won't see me, but don't worry, I'm still here. Huh?
So that's nice. Now we have a fairy inside of us.
We must see to Astoria. There's a voice in my head.
Exactly. You know,
Hurry.
fairies!
Okie dokie.
You take fairy with you by force.
I'm sorry to make you go all the way to Wendell. Oh, don't worry. I'm trying to get home anyway.
Yeah, they all do.
I didn't realize you lived with His Eminence, the Priest of Light.
They do. Every character's like, there's some voice in my head. They're like, oh, don't worry. It's just me. I'm fine. I'm here. You'll hear me, but you won't see me. Okay, so I guess we're buddies now, little fairy. Let's go. Because it's one of those just like fun childhood whimsy kind of fantasies. You just kind of roll with it. You just let the absurdity go with it. So I'm fine with it. It has its own ridiculous logic. I got turned around. I'm sitting at an awkward angle, so I can't see my TV that well, and there's too much of a delay on the stream for me to watch it through there, so if I get turned around, it's because of that. Exactly, it's like you have, you know, second consciousness inside of you. See, but it's okay, it's fantasy. So it's fine, just don't overthink it. Now, we heard the explosion. We have to go see what's going on in this town. So I grabbed a Red Bull, sugar-free, that I actually bought at Aldi because it was like $3 for a 4-pack, and I'm a cheapskate. And it doesn't taste too far off a regular Red Bull.
What happened? Where is
Oh
everyone?
no! Look at what happened to
looks like
everyone I cared about. Oh no!
This is terrible. There is no time to waste.
Hi, Ozzy.
We have to get to the Priest of Light as soon as possible. Wendell is in danger.
So yet again, we just came to this town to leave it again. I'm gonna search for a couple of item spots. I think there's a few things we can pick up around here. Just to give us like a little bit of money. So once we get to the next town, we can actually buy some items. Oh man, and the inn's destroyed, so I can't even go in there and see what that item seed would have given us. Okay. So now that we've gotten Fairy, we can finally go into this cavern. So see, that's kind of why I wanted to get through this little opening, but just kind of quickly, because it is a little, this part right here specifically drags for kind of all 6 characters from what I've played.
Cavern is blocked.
Oh, actually,
She did the thing, skulls and
Fairy
lulls.
can break the barrier.
She did the actually.
Light in the forest. Last night, I saw bright light in the forest. That was Fairy? You are going to Wendell. Me too. I need to go there. I've got to.
So every time we get a party member, we can actually choose to play through their past. It's about as long as what I've been playing. I'm not gonna do it on the stream. Actually, it's called a Twilby. We can play through their stuff and, you know, kind of see it. We can see Kevin's castle and stuff that he does with the Beastman. It's interesting enough, but we get a narration that does go over what's going on. So I'm just gonna skip it for the point of the stream. I don't want this to go on forever at the beginning.
Carl. Carl the wolf pup. No mom. Neither of us.
Skulls, oh, Kevin is, he's not good.
Each other.
Reese is the one I'm like, oh, because she has no emotion when she talks.
But
She has none.
then I don't know. Don't know what happened. My body was burning up.
See, like I said, it'd be kind of cool, but they have like little
I heard him.
cutesy anime wolf faces, and I'm just like, you could have looked cool, but then you went kind of cheesy.
Transformed because I'm a beast man. But I'm not with the beast men invading Jad. Not them. I'm half human too. And Carl made me happy. He cared, so I cared. We were friends. Was a trap. Carl didn't mean it. The
You can tell he's the king because he has the most hair.
Trap. Made me transform and hurt him. Tried to get revenge, but I lost. King is too strong. Priest of Light in Windle can bring Carl back. He said. Strange man said it, so don't know if it's true. But if it is true, gotta try. As long as there's a chance.
So I guess Kevin literally just swam halfway across the world to go to this castle.
Fight with you and help. Kevin. My name is Kevin.
Kevin. Or it'd be like that scene in SpongeBob where he's like, "Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin." Yeah, I know what you mean, Skulls and Lulls. Like, yeah, this voice acting is very just, I don't know. So we now have Kevin. He is, like I said, he's the brawler of the group. So we're going to give him strength. I'm going to give him some stamina for right now. Yes. Oh, yeah. The it's bad, but it's so bad it's good voice acting. I love it. And I didn't get this with Charlotte because I haven't learned any abilities, but each of our characters can equip 2 skills for right now. And it's not a spoiler. Every character has, you start out as a certain class, and at level 18, each character can choose to go through a light path or, oh yeah, that is Aladdin pants. Oh geez, I didn't even realize that. Yes, Mattis, those are Aladdin pants. He's even wearing exactly what Aladdin did. He has a little fez, little vest. He's wearing what Aladdin wore. I never noticed that. Each character has a class, and then at level 18 you can change classes to go to a light or dark side. Makes no difference to the plot. You get different abilities, but each class we unlock in the game, we can get more abilities. So with this one, there's a 10% chance. That's a lot of math, though. 10% chance of decreasing damage from an opponent by 50%. So, yeah. So I guess every 10 hits, one of them will be half damage.
So impatient. Give me a moment. I'll get rid of the barrier.
Aladdin's gay furry brother.
There. You should be fine now.
So this cave is the reason I actually chose Kevin as my second character instead of Angela, because this part's not hard. This game's really not that difficult. I mean, it can be if you kind of just get lazy. As long as you kind of do evade enough, you get enough items, healing items, and stuff to not make this game that difficult. But I chose Kevin because I do need kind of a bit of a hard hitter right now, because if I chose Angela, she's a mage, so she's even weaker than Charlotte.
King of Ferolia.
But I want to, have some melee proficiency for right now. And since this is multiplayer, we can actually change our characters. I'm going to actually go as Kevin for a little bit of the game for right now. And since Kevin is part Beastman, if we fight during night, which this game does have a day and night cycle, he'll be a werewolf when we do battle, which I think just increases his stats. So there's kind of no reason not to be fighting at night in this. It is a neat little mechanic. Like I said, I just wish their faces didn't look like chibi wolf and kind of went a little cooler looking, but. I know it fits with the design of the game, so it's a personal preference on my end. Oh. Come on, Kevin, pick up the item. Thank you. And they do actually say things after certain battles, like, I'm sure you heard just Charlotte just be a triumph. So, also, one thing I do like is Charlotte's kind of a bit of a bloodthirsty psychopath in this game. She gets a little bit too into it in some battles, and I kind of like how insane she sounds sometimes. I mean, think about it. It's the really small, cute-looking ones you got to be careful for. They're the crazy ones. And every time we level up, we actually get MP and HP recovery, so that's good. I've gotten used to games now that actually have that ability, where once everyone levels up, they recover HP. And there we go. Now we actually have a decent amount of health for Charlotte, so I can have her in the front for a little bit. And then Kevin can offer me just support in the background. There's an item we need. Well, not item we need. And there's no items we need. This game is... There's no, like, legendary items, as far as I know of, that are easily missable. So if we didn't choose Charlotte as our main character, this is actually where we would have met her. Even if we didn't choose her as a party member, she would have been here. I think she gets trampled by some bad guys and thrown off a cliff. Actually, that's a legendary Boca. She would have been here at this scene, and we would have helped her up, but honestly, everyone's kind of rude to Charlotte in the game. Everyone's like, oh, whatever, she's just a punk little kid. We don't need to help her. Oh, daytime. I was like, why did it go dark all of a sudden? Meh. I'm going to... We actually got this, so I'm going to use this to have it turn back to night. So we have Kevin as a werewolf. Yeah, everyone's kind of mean to Charlotte. They're like, oh no, Heath got taken and I have to save him. They're like, whatever, we don't need this little kid. We can't have this kid tagging along. Whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Could have won alone. Dangerous.
Oh. Now there's something over here, I think. An item chest, but we will go there first. There are kids screaming outside my apartment. Lovely. I don't know if you could hear that. They weren't too loud, but you know. Kids screaming outside in apartments. Oh, okay, yeah. Joy of being in the city in an apartment. You don't get away from any sounds. No, honestly, considering where it is, these complexes aren't. This complex isn't that loud, so yeah. It depends. Oh, though that just reminded me. I don't know if I ever meant. I don't know if it was after you guys moved away, Skulls and Lulls, and I think I mentioned this to Kat at Skulls one time that I was outside and I heard someone scream Jeremiah. And I'm like, oh no, they're still here. Did I tell you that? Okay, yeah, because I was like, did I? Because like, I feel like that would have been something I would have told you, but I can't remember if I did or not. But it was the same way your old upstairs neighbors used to say it too. Yeah, anytime I would go over and visit you guys, I would just hear like, Jeremiah! I'm guessing, Mattis, it was the name of the because it was a woman who was saying this, so I'm guessing it was like their son who was, you know, just being like a little kid or something. But just anytime you just hear like, Jeremiah! I think we can seek an audience with that, especially since it's our grandfather.
Hurry! We need to request an audience with his eminence.
Yeah, it happened a lot, even when I went to go just hang out with you guys every now and then. I mean, think it's enough for me to remember that, and I just, you know, every once in a while I went to go over and hang out with you guys. Let's see, I think I have enough money. I can actually buy some equipment, so I'm going to buy some better maces and claws. I think that's what Kevin uses. I don't know, like brass knuckles kind of things, whatever that kind of stuff is. That's his weapons.
Oh, good choice.
Nice. Good work.
Okay, and this game, they kind of did good programming in the fact of they didn't give everyone's weapons whenever you go to an item shop. You only get who you have in your party, because each party member can only equip a certain item or certain types of weapons and certain kinds of armor. So I do like that they were like, well, let's not overload the characters. We're only going to give you party members you have, because it's not like it'd be overwhelmingly, you know, it's not overwhelming of like, you know, how much they give you, but it's just kind of nice not having to sort through 6 different characters worth of items, weapons, armor. So it's just a nice plus they gave us.
Welcome.
Yep.
Lots of wares to browse. Oh, good choice.
Use this.
Ooh, exciting.
Very Ottoman. Oh, just like the regular clothes? Is that what you mean? Like just like the townspeople, or that guy?
Come again.
For the Ottoman Empire. And we're coming up on a part, so before this game came out, they gave you a demo where you could play up until like the first major boss. So I played this part like, I think 5 times, just kind of getting parties set up to once the game came out, I would just pick up from a certain part. Yeah, I mean, certain characters, yeah, but I mean, when you meet Angela, you're not going to be like, yeah, that's very Ottoman Empire. It depends. You know, this game, it's like, you know, some fantasy worlds. Different parts of the world have different outfits and everything. So there's that. But yeah, with Angela, you're going to be like, I don't know where that came from. That's anime outfit. But one party, I didn't have Charlotte as my main character, but I had already had her as my second part. And once we get to this part of the game, she made a comment to Duran. That's who I had in that party. She said that her grandpa doesn't know that she ran away from home, so she actually leaves your party from this part, and you don't get to talk to a grandfather. She just leaves your party for the time being.
Charlotte, it's far too late for you to be out and about. Please, get back inside.
He sounded so, like, just disappointed. Like, it's too late for you to be out. You need to go inside. Like, sounds like an angry Olive Garden customer. Like the most whitest person ever. So I'll talk to Grandpa Priest dude.
Charlotte, where have you been?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just flailing about.
He was...
What happened?
Some beastman came and hurt him. And then a strange man came and took him. He used magic. Like, poof! And...
I don't understand.
What I mean is, a creepy man took Heath, and now he's in trouble.
Charlotte, creepy is putting it bluntly. That was a walking skeleton with dark magic.
Priest! Carl! Bring Carl back! Friend. He's my only friend. Carl, the wolf pup.
What is your name, son? I see. Listen well, Kevin. The gift of life comes with the inevitability of death. Nothing can replace a life lost, nor bring back a soul who is no longer with us. That is why the gift is so precious. But death is simply how new life begins. Though Carl cannot return to his previous life, his soul will live on in your heart. Do you understand?
But... Carl...
No, that wasn't me. I wasn't on my phone. You can't... That wasn't what that beep was.
Him alive in your heart, young one. And someday Carl may be reborn into your life again.
Carl!
Do not give up hope.
No!
Ozzy just meowed at me when I did the Carl voice. I just did Carl, and she just did a
King's
me.
fault. Won't forgive him for what he did to Carl.
Wait! I have something to say. Your evidence. Please
Hey, Ozzy.
I have come from the Sanctuary of Mana to tell you that the mana tree is withering. Mana power grows weaker by the day.
Hi, Ozzy.
Withering? But without the mana tree, the seals on the mana stones will break. The Benevodons will be released into the world.
What's a benevolent?
Charlotte,
Okay, Charlotte.
terrible. Young as you are, you've been chosen by Fairy. This means that you, and you alone, can retrieve the Sword of Mana from the Sanctuary.
And that's another thing I don't like about it. Charlotte is really not much older than any of the other characters. I think some of the other ones are like 16 or 17. I don't think anyone's older than 19 of the main 6. So I guess she's technically the youngest. But that's like by a year or so. So it's like, I don't get why they're treating her like a baby.
If I hadn't found you, I wouldn't have made it. when you leave me out of the loop. Just use Grandpa as your host instead then.
Would that I were
Actually, Grandpa, I'm 15.
However, once a fairy finds a host, they are bound to them for their whole life. Only death can part them.
What? No! I don't want a sword! Your Eminence, please allow Charlotte to follow her destiny. She is the only one who can obtain the Sword of Mana. She has to do this.
The goddess of mana has bestowed a harsh fate upon my poor granddaughter. Please take care.
That's not really a harsh fate, Priest. That's kind of awesome. Think about it. Your granddaughter is able to wield this sword of legend. That's kind of cool.
I don't want to go. Charlotte, don't you want to save Heath?
I guess they are basically tapeworms.
Or around where he was taken. You need the power of mana in order to get.
But it's
him
less
back.
parasitic, more just symbiotic relation. Because the only thing I guess Charlotte really suffers from is just
The Sword of
hearing
Mana.
voices inside her head.
The Sword of Mana is the embodiment of the ancient power of mana, guiding force of spirits.
Come here.
It is an alternate form of the golden wand used to create the world itself.
Come here,
One
Ozzy.
who
Come here.
holds the mana sword gains awesome power. The sword lies in the roots of the mana tree, waiting. Before the mana tree withers completely, you must reclaim the sword and awaken the goddess of mana once more. She alone can bring peace to the realm and grant your wish.
The more the mana tree withers, the stronger the villain who stole Heath becomes. You need to save him now. Why did you say so in the first place? Let's go save Heath. Where is the Sanctuary of Mana?
So see, Charlotte didn't want to, get a sword to do anything. She wanted to save her boyfriend, so hooray.
I don't have enough power to open the portal to the sanctuary. Not by myself.
The kid's screaming outside my
Throughout the
apartment
world
again.
are 8 points of mana energy, mana stones, sealing away the fearsome benevolence. If you activate the mana stones, the portal connecting our world to the sanctuary of mana should appear. Through that portal is the sanctuary. However, you should know that the energy inside the 8 mana stones was sealed on purpose as the mana goddess began her slumber.
So, what do I do?
In ages past, there once was an ancient spell used to control the energy from the mana stone.
And the ancient spell was called Ultima.
User's will.
Oh wait, wrong series.
However, countries refused to allow each other any control of the spell and use of the mana stones. The war that followed caused unspeakable damage. It was nearly as destructive as the sealed benevolence. The survivors cursed the magic to avoid future tragedy.
I wasn't going to question it.
Anyone from using it. Now the life.
I have the knowledge of too many Square Enix's series going through my brains. Don't ask me important questions. I just remember Square Enix stuff.
Who knows how to work this cursed spell?
There may be one way. If we borrow the powers of the elemental spirits that reside near the mana stones instead, I can combine their powers.
What is that from, Matt? It's the had an onion tied to my belt, which was the style of the time. I've heard that before. What is that from?
Splendid.
Because that does sound familiar.
If you wish to find a mana stone, I've heard many say that the Lightstone is in Cascade Cavern, guarded by the elemental Lumina. It is the cavern you pass through in order to reach here. Take Fairy. With what remains of her power, she can help you find Lumina in the cavern. See if you may borrow his light powers.
Fairy, I go with you. My wish is granted.
Of course. Come with us, and I'm sure the goddess of...
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. It had to be The Simpsons. Yeah, once you said that, I was like, okay, because I've heard that before. I couldn't remember.
I'm in.
All right, we have a Saiyan on your team now. Oh, that'll be something I can give Kevin for more HP. So, give that to him so I can just kind of throw him at everything. Because like most martial artists, he doesn't have much. He doesn't have much defense. Yeah, I'm in Uwu. Well, in fairness, Werewolf Kevin would be the perfect one to be like that in this game. Since he's the one who has a literal persona. Uwu, is this mana stone for me, Nuzzles? Alright, so now we are going back to that Cascade Cave. A lot of alliteration in this game, which I have since started liking as I've gotten older with naming like that. So we'll go into the Cascade Cave. This is another part. If we don't have Charlotte in our party, she would be right here. And she asks us to be like, hey, you know, Heath was stolen by this demon guy. Please, can I join you? Or please, can you help me find him? And like, no, whatever, nerd. You're such a dumb little kid. I'm not gonna help you. And then they just kind of blow her off. Like I said, everyone's kind of an asshole to Charlotte. I don't like it. Like, with kind of, especially with like how all the main characters are kind of shown to be this relatively just like bunch of underdogs that are like, ah, crap. Bad things are happening, but we gotta team together. Yeah, soon she will rise and kill them all. And she has the power to heal herself, so you can't kill her. This isn't even her final form. Ah, he hit me before I could do my special move. Oh well. Actually, this isn't my final form.
Wait, stop. There's mana power coming from the waterfall. See that strange hole? Further up. I bet Lumina is in there.
Yeah, Fairy, show us that strange hole. Ooh woo.
Give it to me, Wookiees! Easy peasy.
All of us together.
Ooh.
That's how it's done!
My turn.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for... It's not like I couldn't defeat this thing myself, so... I'm gonna steal the kill from you!
forgot you can't fly.
How do you forget that?
I can use the residual mana power.
I know this is a fantasy world, but there's not many creatures with wings, and Charlotte doesn't have wings, nor Kevin. So she's just gonna use her magical fairy magic and just bougie bougie boosh us over there. Because that's how magic works. Don't question it. Yeah, the power of furry, not fury. And then another thing which this enemy, well, which you just showed with this enemy, they actually have a shield. We can either attack him constantly and slowly chip away at their shield, or we can use a charged up attack and it'll take it down in one hit. The power of the cringe stones. It's actually the ninth of the mana stones. Oh.
Leave it to me, rookies.
Mattis, I mean, you know, think about it. What else? He swam halfway across the world, you know, to his wolf pup. He'd probably be able to fly for some reason or another.
Take down the enemy.
Exactly. If you have abs, you can fly. It's true.
Till next time. Menace. Defeat it quickly and move.
Power. What can I say? I'm a natural.
Oh, okay. So I guess leveling up, I gets rid of all my status ailments. Because I had poison, which, you know, like any fantasy game is, you know, it has little green bubbles. But we got rid of that. I'm going to get this spirit up, because spirit actually dictates how much we recover health when we heal, so I will increase that, and Kevin, you're just getting more strength. He is going to be my main damage dealer, while Charlotte and Angela are the mages of the group, so it's going to be a pretty interesting playthrough, I feel like. Oop. Where is everyone?
This one's a doozy. What idiot decided to fight in this cave?
Alright, so through this is actually going to be the first boss of the game. I'm going to heal up first, and then I'll be heading out. Not heading out. I'm going to keep streaming. Sorry, that sounded kind of weird. Oh, what the... What happened? I looked down at my controller for half a second, and it just... I looked up, I just saw the diamonds, and then it saved. What did it, like... Oh, it healed me. That's what it was. I thought it gave me the bunch of the I thought it gave me, like, the little special blue crystals. And this boss, like I said, it's not difficult. This is why I chose Kevin, because I want a damage dealer right now,
I don't like this elemental.
instead of Angela.
No, this isn't the elemental we're looking for. It's a giant monster. So why do I feel mana power coming off of it?
Oh.
Huh? But that makes no sense.
I guess we gotta take care of its foot, huh?
Exactly, it just gives you the sharp hugs. Oh, dang it. Now this is, I think, the only boss that does this. But depending on how much damage he takes, he slowly, like, loses part of his body. Like, you see his eyes gone.
Looks like a crab.
And if we kill him, both of his eyes. Yeah, I think this is the only boss that does this. But it's called a hugger. I bet it gives great sharp hugs. Okay, now I'm gonna be quiet because they have Lumina in this scene. He's the light spirit. And I'm not gonna be mean. I don't want to, like, I'm not making fun of, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, but, like, the voice actor, the voice he gave Lumina, he sounds like the stereotypical gay best friend in any kind of comedy. And I think it's really funny, even though he has, like, a couple of lines. But I swear he sounds like the gay best friend in, like, just anything, so I'm just gonna let that play.
What is that?
Heyo, looking for Lumina? That'd be me. Nice to meet ya. A pleasure. And thanks for releasing me from the belly of that full metal meanie, am I right? Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't come.
I know. Like I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but he sounds exactly like the stereotypical gay best friend.
We elementals need mana to live. I'll help however I can to make sure we save the mana of the world.
Lumina, where is the Lightstone?
It's straight up from here, deep within the old ruins. But you can't exactly get there from here.
I know, it's weird, but, like, I guess in fairness, yeah, it's not a cliche, because you wouldn't expect that voice coming out of that.
We gotta get the rest of the elementals on board and open the portal to the sanctuary.
I know. Hey, Ninka. Ninka, you got here just in time to meet the gay best friend, Light Spirit.
Come on, let's go this way.
He does sound like Big Gay Howl. Alright, so
I'm on the job.
easy, short thing of the magic system. So we learn magic through level up skills and stuff. But we don't actually get the magic itself until we get the light spirits or the spirits that go with the magic. So now that I have Lumina, the light sage, I can actually use healing spells. We don't really get to hear too much of him though. The same actor voices a couple other characters. If I try to remember, I'll point him out. But like I said, it's just it's a very interesting choice to have that of him. Now, let's see, what does this do for Kevin? Let's see. Damage increase. Sure. It definitely was a choice. And we're getting Angela soon, so when you meet her, you're gonna be like, "Yep, that's a choice as well for that voice actor." Right? Yeah, and I mean, it fits her, and like her voice acting, like I said, it's good. She does a good job with it, and it's consistently of that. It's not like Kevin, who kind of is like, "The bad here, Carl must save." Charlotte's character is a bit more consistent, so I think, yeah, her voice actor is good. It's just what she's given is kind of, like, weird. But, you know, that's kind of what this series is. It's just the weird.
Don't underestimate Charlotte.
I go? I can't see the mini map that well. Here. So that was the healing spell. Like I said, Charlotte is the healer. Yeah, he's okay. I don't watch The Office. Which one is Jim? I can't even tell you. I don't know who Jim would even be. I don't know the characters of The Office that well. Is he the really fat guy who kind of looks a little weird? Or which one is Jim? Oh, that's God, I can't remember his name. He's the one married to Emily Blunt. Did A Quiet Place, right? What's his name? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Okay. I can't remember his John. Is it John Krasinski? Is that his name? I didn't know that, Mattis. I can only tell you like. I can only tell you vague things of The Office. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but... Oh no!
What do you think you're doing?
Thanks for taking down the cavern barrier. Saved us some trouble.
I know, we had bodybuilders slash at us, so no.
This is a present to show our appreciation. No! Let's get going.
What do I do?
Your best, Fairy? I don't know what you can do. I've beaten the game twice already. I can't tell you what you do in this game. Hello, Artemis. Yeah, they did, yeah. Yep, they're dead. So this has been Trials of Mana. Ba-da-da-da-da. Just kidding, we're not going to get 3 party members. And this was actually the end of the demo.
The mana tree continues to wither.
This was the end of the demo whenever they released it. So that was, yeah, that hour and a half or so of gameplay. That's how much you got to play.
Our goddess. Then, let us ask the priest of light for guidance. We must not delay any longer. Let's go.
Yeah. Square Enix is like really killing it with a lot of. I mean, I'm guessing the demo was the same length on the PS4, but the demo for this, you know, like I said, that, and then the demo they released for Dragon Quest XI on the Switch, I was about 12 hours in before it ended.
I can't make it to the other realm with my powers.
So Square Enix, they're doing a good job with these demos.
I leave the rest of it to you. Please, hurry. We cannot continue either. Please go on without us.
So as Fairy's trying to use the other fairies, who are called fairies, to get to our world to help save the mana tree. But the other fairies can't make it because Fairy is the only good one. And they really need to name these fairies, but Fairy doesn't have a name. Fairies. Come here, Artemis. Fairies! So you're about to meet Angela.
Quiet. Whoa! Who are you? And where are we?
This place is the Jad Stronghold. And I'm Angela. Nice to meet you. Looks like you got caught by the Beastmen, too. I am fed up with them.
So yes, Angela is a Valley girl.
I'm not going to hang around here forever. I have an idea, so just sit tight for a moment. I'll get us all out.
Quit your yakking. Keep quiet.
She does sound like one of the most popular girls in school.
Here, please help me, sir. I can't get these laces untied, and I need to change my clothes.
Oh my gosh.
Please come a little closer.
I've never seen this one. So her tactic was, I have boobs!
Hey, you tricked me.
Please. Not my fault you fell for that. Loser.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Shall we go?
I have not seen Angela do this scene when I had her at my party.
Just don't get in
The
my
first
way,
time she
okay?
joined before I went to Cascade
We can take the
Cave,
boat docked at the port.
so I didn't see
Get outta
this.
here. The Beastmen forces are distracted now that they're attacking Wendell. We can catch that boat before it sets sail. The townsfolk were talking about it.
Like, gag me with a spoon.
Before we leave,
OMG.
we should really stop at that mana statue and heal your wounds. We don't have all day.
Alright, so we have all of our party members now. And like I said, Angela is our mage, so I am going to give her... like, oh my god, I have to use magic! Oh my gosh! So I'll give her Spirit and Intelligence, because I believe Spirit... I've looked this up, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm a win prom queen! And I've lost 27 pounds! Oh my god, how did you lose 27 pounds? I had both my arms ripped off. So Angela
Don't keep me waiting.
has that. I'm going to have her spells on one of her hotkeys. The hotkeys, I mean. And while I'm at it, I'm going to give everyone the same hotkeys for the items and stuff. Here we go. Nope.
I'm on the job.
And I forgot, Angela squeaks whenever you jump with her sometimes. And occasionally when we talk to certain NPCs or do certain things, we'll get these random abilities. I'm going to give this one to Angela for the MP boost, because Charlotte, the only thing we need her for is magic at the moment, and I will mainly be directly controlling her. Actually, while I'm on it, I'm going to set the strategies I want these people to use. So, I'm gonna have Charlotte focus on protection when I'm not controlling her. Kevin, yeah, he's gonna, well, yeah, he's gonna be our all-out attack. He's, well, I'm gonna have him occasionally use items, but he's mainly gonna be my attacker. And Angela, yeah, she's gonna be my main magic attack. Well, she's gonna be my only magic attacker. Here, we'll have her on range so she can cast her spells on it. Come here, Artemis. Hello. Let's see, how am I doing? Yeah, I can go for a little bit. You, Spell Nulls, you guys are going to be streaming tonight, right? Still? At 7:30, my time? Okay. Alright, I just want to make sure, because I'm like, I looked at the time and I'm like, I don't want, I'll go for a little bit longer. Because now that we have all 3 party members, stuff really starts opening up.
So weak. Could have won alone.
And Angela, I don't know if I didn't go over her weapon, but she uses staves or wands. I don't know what they classify it as, but she uses just typical mage equipment. So she has, you know, just, you know, pretty much no defense. And that's why I wanted Angela in the background. Because she's a big damage dealer right now. And if we go back here, there's a little button we can press to open up our... Ooh, you're gonna be making dinner. What you gonna be making? Well, you're AFK, never mind, don't worry. Don't come back to answer me. Well, she's got to slap her ass. It's called Whack Bum. And then I think whenever we actually get out of this town, we get Angela's backstory. Which, kind of like I did with Kevin's, I'm going to just have it be narrated and not... And I'm not going to talk over it, so... Because hers is kind of long, but hers is more of an interesting setup. There we go. Get some magic, more magic for you, Angela. Ooh, cool, I got 5 people. I'm gonna see who's all watching. It's Lynx! Hello! Hello, Lynx! Yo! You're here just in... You put the Moogle there. There's going to be a Moogle actually later, because since it's Square Enix, I can actually get Moogle status in this game. It happens later, but I think it puts all of our stats to 0 or 1. I've only actually had it like happen once, and it was like one of the last bosses of the game. But I just looked over at one of my party members, and I'm like, "That's a Moogle." Okay. Bam, bam, Moogle. Why is she not? Oh, she's almost out of MP, that's why. I was wondering why Angela wasn't casting spells, but she's basically out. Hi, Ozzy. Hello. Yeah, I don't get why. They shouldn't have had him make him whimper, because it makes him seem like, you know, they're just doing their own little thing. Is that Broly in your party? Broly? What's Broly? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Skulls and Lulls, yeah. It was well, you know, force of habit. Someone asks you a question, you want to answer it, but then I was like, wait, no, you're cooking. Stop. Oh, no, I mean, he does kind of look Super Saiyan, but no, that's Kevin. Yeah, once you said Goku and Vegeta, I know of Dragon Ball. I know what they look like, but no, he looks like Aladdin mixed with Vegeta or someone. Yeah, the regular Saiyan.
Get aboard, quick! We're setting sail. All aboard!
And then Jad, that was actually the town where if we choose anyone else, we actually go to that town, and we get there right whenever the Beastmen are taking over. So we actually have to examine it, and we run into a couple of the other party members even if we don't join them. It's just a neat little bit of his power is drinking milk. Oh gosh.
We've wasted too much time. We have to get to Maya and find the rest of the elementals. Ah! What is that? Aw, are you scared of little old Fairy? Don't worry, she won't hurt you. Fairy needs to find the mana stone.
It's over one.
And get help to open the portal to the sanctuary again.
Aha! So you're who the Priest of Light was talking about. Ugh. I've been looking for the person chosen by Fairy since I talked to him. Glad I found you.
Like, oh my gosh, you guys. She was looking for everyone. Oh my gosh.
Friend Carl back to life. You want to bring someone back?
Yeah. I guess I just didn't know what else to do.
And like I said, I'm not gonna play through hers because
I may not look it, but
Link's the voice is so
Princess Angela.
the voice acting it's so bad, but I love it. I love it so much. It's so cheesy.
I never got the grasp of spells. I was an embarrassment to the crown. So my mother tried to exchange my life for forbidden magic to release the country's mana stone. I mean, who does that? I don't even know how I got away. All of a sudden, I was outside the castle.
Oh yeah, Lynx, you missed it. He sounded when we got the light spirit, he sounded exactly like Big Gay Al, but he sounded like the stereotypical sassy gay best friend in any kind of comedy or TV show.
So that's basically how I got here.
You missed out, Lynx. It was it's
Wait, the
He's like, hey yo, thank you guys for saving me from this big metal meanie. So I'm gonna join you guys. Thanks.
I can show her that I'm not powerless. She might even let me come back. Hey, take me with you. Please. Come on.
He did sound like that.
And the more elementals we meet, the more magic you can learn yourself.
Really? That's perfect.
Nope. I like that was exactly it. Wait until we meet the gnome. He sounds like a Texan. And instead of, because he's part of the gnome. He's part of Scott. Everyone always cliched. It's always Scottish with gnomes, but no, it's a Texas drawl. It's like, yeehaw, we thank you for saving. Thanks for saving the Mana Stone. Yeehaw. And I'm like, oh, there's no yeehaw, but it's a very southern drawl. Just gnome. I know. Skulls, once I heard it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense for some reason.
What to do now? Do you? Why don't you ask around town for ideas? Weed. Let's ask around.
Alright, so we're in a new town where there's nothing here. I'm just gonna go to the item shop and buy weapons and armor for everyone. And talk to some people. Ooh, enjoy your food stuff. He starts waving Confederate flag. Oh, jeez. Let me plant these and see what I get, because some dinner, din. Yeah, it does sound pretty good, Nika. I know I'm going to. I'm actually looking at the time. I'm going to stop probably around 7 o'clock, so I'm just going to buy some items, and then I will probably stop to give myself some time to cook dinner. And because Skulls and Lulls will be starting to stream in about 30 something minutes. So with these item seeds, we actually do occasionally get these elixirs and stuff. These increase stats permanently. So I will be... let's get... Nope. Oh well, I guess Angela's gonna get the stamina. I don't know why I decided to go over to her, but whatever. In Soviet Russia, dinner makes you. I'm actually be making pork chops tonight, Ninka. They've been marinating since Sunday morning, so I need to cook those tonight. Haven't decided what vegetables I'm gonna. I have some onions. I have an onion and a green pepper. I need to cook, so I think that's what my vegetables are gonna be.
Good choice.
I'll make use of this.
Oh man, I got 4 achievements. Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Twitch. I don't care.
Oh, good choice.
Nice.
Oh, good choice.
Good work.
Wait, when did I get another kitten hood? Did I like buy this in another town, or did she have this?
Come again.
Okay, whatever. Kittenhood is greater than godhood. I think Angela's probably gonna have a weaker weapon than I do. Or than what she has now, I mean. Yeah.
I love shopping.
Forgot she does stuff like that. She loves shopping so much. Oh my gosh, you guys. You don't even know.
Come again.
Married mine, I cook with cream of mushroom soup and really maple. Huh. Yeah, I think I might make some rice with it too. I actually bought a rice cooker a few days ago, and I've only made rice once, but I haven't cleaned it since I used it, and I'm lazy. I need to do dishes. That does sound good though. Yeah, I made some pork chops with some sautéed onions and peppers over some rice. Yeah, that's okay. That's what I'm making. I've decided. Once this is done.
Yes, hello? I am Bon Voyage, and you are? Oh, never mind. It hardly matters. You simply must see my invention. Wait for me in the backyard.
That's cool. So we just go inside someone's house. He's like, cool, look at my stuff that's back here. Well, all right. It's making for me when I was little. It's delicious after you see the chops you pour in a can of soup in. Ah, that does sound pretty good. And then do you just use like the simmered soup? Do you just pour that on the rice with it, I'm guessing? Von Voyage. Well, we haven't met Von Voyage's brother and sister yet, who have equally stupid names, and I'm not making a single word of that up.
There's only one easy way to Volsena from Maya, and that's the bridge. It's down a treacherous golden road, and it's full of monsters. Hardly an effective or safe travel route. However, behold! With my new deluxe super cannon, you can reach it in one blast! It's the latest model, and I'm almost done. So, what do you think?
I think it's a great idea. We definitely need to meet a random person and just get shot into a cannon, because why not? It's the best way. Yeah, that does sound really good, Nink, and that does sound pretty easy, too. I'm guessing since you have, like, rice and stuff, that's rice and the soup, it actually probably goes quite a bit of a ways. It's the only way to go! Actually, wait, Wait, I don't remember that one. Which video was that from, Lynx? Trying to remember which one. I miss his videos so much, though. Here, let's talk to this guy first.
We all escaped Jad, but I heard rumors before we left that the Priest of Light risked his life to put a barrier around Wendell to repel the Beastmen. It made His Eminence fall so dangerously ill. He collapsed.
Jump to victory. That's so good. There's so much good stuff from that Call of Cthulhu stuff that I just can't remember, and there's so much stuff I find hilarious. It's such a frustrating Let's Play too, because you can just watch his descent into madness.
No one knows where he is. This could be bad.
What? No, Grandpa. This is bad. I have to go back.
Charlotte, even if we could go back, there's nothing you can do. We have to get the Sword of Mana and find Heath in order to save your grandfather. I know it sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You know that's the only way we can help right now. So dry those tears, okay?
Okay, yeah, that one was a bit of a harsh. That was kind of, you know, still a bit of tough love from Angela. But yeah, Reese is kind of a straight up bitch to Charlotte. She's like, whatever. Don't worry about your grandpa. So thank you, Angela, for kind of being nice to her and all that. Because it's like, yeah, you know, her grandfather just, you know, collapsed. It's, you know, good on you, Angela. Angela, actually, shut the fuck up. Wait, Lynx, did you see Skulls posted this earlier? This image. I don't know if you saw it, but I'll post it again in chat. And I didn't realize she has said it so many times in this game since... I know. Actually... Oh, man. I think I'm gonna... You know, I'm gonna do one little thing first and just search around here, and then I'm gonna stop because we have to talk about this food. I've been going for 2 hours, and I'm getting hungry. Haven't seen a weird cactus thing around here, have you? It's been looking for it all over. We'll say that good things happen when you talk to the cactus, but he's shy. He doesn't stay in one place for too long. Hey, you're traveling, right? Keep an eye out for that little cactus. So that was... I mean, we'll run into him. No, not tonight, because I'm getting ready to stop. But we run into him, and we can... I can't show you, but he is... We can find him so many times, and every 5 times we find him, we get like items and things like that, like extra boosts to our experience, or how many chests are left in an area before we leave. So he's just like the little extra stuff to find that's, you know, not story relevant at all, but just adds nice little abilities. She went through the phase of correcting with, well, actually, or well, technically. Yeah, so like I said, Charlotte is, well, actually... Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the town and save, because... her nickname is Mo, so started saying that you need to be Mo accurate about things. Oh gosh. No problems, actually. And then you say, when you're not out in the field, you can save at the mana statues, or you can just save at ends. And I'm going to save because Charlotte does need a little bit of health. Not much, but I just want to start full health next time. Full name is Morrigan, but she goes by Mo or Momo. What about Igan? She go by Igan? Alright, well, I have been going for about 2 hours stream one. That one never ever really caught. Aww. Oh, come on, Ninka. I'm sure it did. Be like, Egan, what's up? So I'm actually gonna stop for now, as I've been going for about 2 hours, and all this talk about food. Oh, I did not know that. I just know Momo's that picture that's going around that everyone's freaking out about, and I'm like, it's just a sculpture. Calm your tits. Well, I'm going to stop because, like I said, all this talk of food got me pretty hungry, and I'm going to cook dinner because Skulls and Lulls will be streaming at 7:30. Yes, food, Nika, food. So if I think most everyone who is watching Skulls and Lulls is over here, but if not, you should go follow them because they are really funny and they are husband. Oh, you're welcome, Lynx. They are, yeah, bye. They are a husband and wife couple, and they play games. Skulls usually does she's not commentary. She's the one who usually plays because Lulz can't really game and and do commentary at the same time. But they do play off each other really well, and they are doing a co-op game right now. So, bye. You guys go follow them. You guys have a good evening. I will try to do this tomorrow. This has been fun. Bye bye.